My dear friends, I hope you all are doing good. This is Prashant Mamani and I warmly welcome all of you to StudyIQ. Identify the place that you can see on your screen. The last picture that was being thrown at you was, of course, the Sidi Sayyid's Jali. It's in Ahmedabad, and we talked about that thing when we were discussing about Ahmedabad getting a sort of tag of UNESCO. Now identify the picture that you can see on your screen. With this, dear friends, I would like to inform all of you that up to 35% off is available at present for our different pen drive and tablet courses. So if you haven't got it yet, make the most out of it. It will be valid only till 23rd of this month. And if you have any question or queries, you have our website studyiq.com. Just to check out our website, you will come across all important information regarding our pen drive and tablet courses. Just in case if you have any question or queries, you have chat support available on our website, as well as you have this numbers too. Dear friends, the first item that we have is coming from Department of Space. Now during a function inauguration of this international seminar on Indian space program, at that point of time, the chairman of ISRO, A.S. Kiran Kumar, said that the key to success in space endeavors is bringing down the cost of space technology, which can benefit common citizens. Now when we talk about this bringing down the cost, I would like to highlight one thing here. The thing is, when I was pursuing my management studies, at that point of time, we were being asked to do many case studies, and we came across a very interesting case study at that point of time, and it was pertaining to the horrific incident that took place with Kalpana Chawla. Right, we know that it was a couple of I think 10-15 years ago, somewhere in 97 or somewhere around that. Not 97, that was somewhere around first time she went there in the space, but somewhere in early 2000s. I don't remember the exact year. But one of the main reasons because of this accident that took place with their spacecraft was because at that point of time NASA was cutting down cost, and because of this cost cutting thing of NASA, many of the components that were used were of inferior quality. So when India is talking about, when ISRO is talking about, or when this Mr. Kumar is talking about bringing down the cost, of course he is not mentioning, or he's not pointing towards this reduction in quality, not at all. Right, we have to find other ways through which we can bring down the cost. We can produce many things in our country rather than importing it from somewhere else, and this are some of the things. So remember this thing, when our country is talking about cutting down cost when it comes to this space technology, this is not the thing, right? This is not the thing that we want to do. And of course we know the benefits of this space technology, like it helps in disaster management. Then we also know this GPS and navigation system. We know IRNSS is not far now. Hopefully within a short period of time we would be able to use the service of our own regional navigation satellite system. And with this you can understand that it has helped immensely to e-commerce business, isn't it? With this the taxi business and transportation business can this thing can work as a magic for this sector too. Now coming on to some important items here. Chandrayaan 1, right, this is the first one, you can say, that has discovered water is available on moon. So this is a very important information. Apart from that, we know that MOM, that is mission on Mars, or our Mars orbiter, has completed 3 years in orbit, and we know that we are using ISRO as, or the space prowess that we have, as space diplomacy as well. The second item that is mentioned in PIB today is coming from Transport and Highways Ministry, and during this first edition of Smart Mobility Conference in New Delhi, a very interesting thing has been said by Nitin Gadkari ji. But before moving to that thing, let me quickly take you through some of the basic things that we all know, but as a sort of revision, let's go through it very quickly. We know that increase in vehicle will lead to more accidents, because the broadness of roads cannot be changed overnight, right? It takes a huge amount of time for us to make this necessary changes, and sudden rise in vehicles will of course lead to more road accidents. It is also leading to more pollution problem and things like that. So we know that we need more EVs. When I say EVs, now you should know that we are talking about electronic vehicles. We need more public transportation that is working on electricity. We have got some rickshaws as well. We have got some buses as well that are running on batteries. In future, we are going to have cars as well, right? Things like that. We are changing towards, or we are going to change over ourselves to a more sort of refined fuel. I'm talking about BS6, and Delhi is going to have it in 2018. Anyways, so these are some of the basic things we know about this thing. Now, the interesting thing that I was talking about, what Gadkari ji has said, he has said that the new Motor Vehicle Act will have a clause, and this clause is basically that if you find a car that is parked on a road, we know this sort of things do take place in our country. So say for example, if you have spotted a car that is parked on the road, so you can click a picture from your mobile phone, and there will be a police website or something on which you can upload that picture. And once you do that, of course it works as a sort of evidence, and the police will directly electronically find this person or the owner of the car with 500 rupees, right? 500 rupees is the penalty, and the good thing is that you will get 10%, that is 50 rupees out of this penalty. So this, I think, will create a sort of, it is going to be a new game changer. And once this thing is successful, then we can also see this thing being implemented on seat belts, and we will also see this thing in helmets and other things as well. So you can imagine, right, when I came across this thing, I was glad as well. At the same time, I was of course I don't have this habit of parking here and there, but I'm just saying that it will create a sort of awareness, right? We'll be more careful because someone else will click our picture, and we have to pay this 500 rupees fine. So it's a good move. Agriculture Ministry, now World Fisheries Day is going to be inaugurated tomorrow, and this will be done by our Agriculture Minister Sri Radha Mohan Singh ji. And with this you can understand that when we talk about fisheries, right, in our country, then it falls within this Agriculture Ministry. There are many countries, like say for example Sri Lanka is there, in which you have dedicated ministry for fisheries, but in our country everything is under this agriculture, because we know that in many parts of our country, generally when we talk about farmers, or agriculture, not farmers, but when we talk about farmers, then the first thing that comes into or the first picture that pops up in our mind is we see a person who is working on the field. But agriculture is more than that. It also includes sericulture, fishiculture, right, animal husbandry. Everything is under one big umbrella, and that is agriculture. Now since 1997, it was on this year, 21st November 1997, when 18 countries got together at New Delhi, and since then we are celebrating this World Fisheries Day, and this is the fourth consecutive year in which we are celebrating it in India. Now the thing is, the theme of this year's Fisheries Day, World Fisheries Day, is 2022 का है सपना, किसान की आय हो दुगना, संकल्प से सिद्धि, right? So by 2022 we know that Government of India's target is to double the income of farmers. And of course you can understand, when we talk about farmers, then we are also taking this people, fishermen, as well under it. And when I say fishermen, then let me clarify that we have this pond fishing system as well. So government creates a sort of ponds, artificial ponds, and in this ponds you can do some sort of fisheries or pisciculture, and then farmers can make some money out of it. The main theme here is blue revolution, right? So make yourself familiar with this thing, blue revolution. And the topics that are going to be discussed are of course, the blue revolution and shrimp aquaculture and cage culture and aquatic animal health and things like that. So that's basically everything regarding it. Moving on to finance ministry, and we are going to get money as a loan, you can say, money loan as well as grant from World Bank, and this is pertaining to solar parks. So the shared infrastructure of 4 solar parks, and of course we know that our country is blessed with sunshine, isn't it? Somewhere around 300 days out of 365 days, generally speaking, on an average, India has a reasonably good sunshine, and we can use this sunshine for producing more solar energy. Apart from that, we are going to get $2 million as a sort of technical assistance. It is going to be a sort of grant, so we don't have to pay back this 2 million, and this is going to be important, very important. These solar parks are going to play a very important role for our country, because we know that we are founder of International Solar Alliance as well, and the more things that we can do under this sector or this area, when we talk about solar energy, of course it will provide us a sort of energy security, no doubt, right? We have also seen that the prices of or per unit price of this solar energy has also come down, and we can provide electricity, and with this you can imagine we can set up industry, education and other things. Electricity is a basic pillar, energy is a basic pillar for development, and the main objective here is to, of course, increase solar generation capacity. And our target for 2022, India's target, is that we will produce 175 gigawatt from renewable energy, and out of this 175 gigawatt, 100 gigawatt is to be produced under this, or should come from solar power. This is our target. Now, dear friends, Gujarat Assembly election, it is just a small update. We have talked about election process and things like that. So filing of nomination is a sort of important process. So it was in the news, so I thought let me share this thing with you. Now moving on to a focus topic. This is a topic I think it is very important. It is not mentioned in PIB, but I thought I should add it. I should take it on the board, because this will provide you some sort of, you can say, in-depth knowledge about health sector. Now, we have got a report. A report is out, and it is about state-wise health scenario of our country. The name of this report is India Health of the Nation's States, the India State Level Disease Burden Initiative. So you can understand it is about comparing different states and seeing what is or are situation or situations in different states of our country. Now, the main thing here is that it is a sort of comparison report. It is comparing the figures of 1990 with 2016, and there are some positive points that are highlighted in this report, and some of them are that the first one, or the most important one, is that the life expectancy has gone up by almost 10 years. If you see the figures in 1990, on an average, Indians used to live up to 59.7, or you can say 60 years, but now in 2016 it is 70 years. We know there are many reasons behind it. Say, for example, we have more sort of awareness regarding health nowadays, because of various telecommunication methods and media and all this thing. We are more aware, right? Apart from that, medical facility has gone up. We have also done well in terms of immunization program, right? So these are some things. Apart from that, there are many other things as well that have worked or have helped in increasing this life expectancy of our country. Women have an edge over men. That means women are living more or outliving men. So here is a place in which we can see that women are doing better than men. Apart from that, if we go through this socio-economic development, then as well we can see a sort of because of socio-economic development, there has been a sort of positive change in terms of communicable diseases. Many of states, this communicable diseases has come down. Earlier, it used to be a sort of bane for us, right? But now we are able to control it, and states like Punjab, Goa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, they have done quite well here. Infant mortality has come down because of immunization, but sadly we have some negative points as well, and some poorer states have still not performed very well when it comes to diseases like plague and all this disease. Apart from that, many prosperous states are not doing well, and because why one of the main reason why prosperous states are not doing well is because of the rise of non-communicable diseases. On an average, we used to walk around 20 kilometers, 20 to 22 kilometers per day. But nowadays we see that we are using vehicles and we are using many things, right? Most of the time people are on a chair, they are seated on chair, and because of all these things, non-communicable diseases like heart disease and BP and this diabetes and all these things have gone up. And this is a very sad scenario for our country, and of course we know the solution. We have to look after our health and things like that, because for our country we are spending huge amount of money and energy, human energy. We are losing so many people because of these diseases, and 1/5 burden of the world's disease is on India. You can imagine 1/5, that is 20 persons. So this is not a small thing. Apart from that, we have talked about this Ayurveda and yoga and other things. So basically, you know, the main key here is being proactive, right? Taking proactive steps rather than being or taking curative steps. We have to take preventive steps. So I'm not going into those details, as I believe you all were present and you have gone through that discussion. But here is again a very important figure here, that we spend 1.15% of our GDP only, you can say, after health, which is a very small amount. Recently our health minister said that we are going to raise this thing, and we are going to spend somewhere around in total, when we talk about health and education, we are going to raise the bar up to 5%. But at that point of time, by 2025, our population might have gone up, and this 5% is not going to help. We have to spend at least 8% after health sector. Only then we would be able to achieve something, or we would be able to see some results on the ground. I have 3 questions for you now. The first one is, which of the following is the latest site found in India in terms of Harappan civilization? You have 4 options. A is Dholavira, B is AMRI Ambri, C is Bhimbad, that is BHIMBAD, and D is Alamgipur, ALAMGIPUR. Second question is, as per 2011 census, which is the most populous union territory in India? There are 4 options here as well. A, Delhi, B, Puducherry, C, Chandigarh, and D, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And the third one is, which one of the following is a fundamental duty as per the Constitution of India? A, separation of judiciary from executive, B, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, C, free and compulsory education for children, and D, abolition of untouchability. These are the 3 questions here. Dear friends, don't forget that up to 35% discount is available at present. Check out StudyIQ.com for more, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like, pass your valuable comments as well as your answers. I'm signing off for now. I will see you all soon. Till then, enjoy your studies. Jai Hind.